Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our November webinar, the final stretch effective payroll and HR planning for year end. My name is Jeff Burnham. I'm the sales manager here at Paper Trails. Today, I'm joined by Michelle Aldridge, our operations manager. And we are going to cover a wide variety of topics today. Whoops, went too far ahead. We're going to cover a wide variety of topics today. We're going to talk about our year-end checklist, items to take care of in November, things to do in December, and what to wrap up in January. And we're going to end with a Q&A here at the end. And as always, please feel free to put your questions in the chat and we'll address them at the end of the presentation. With that, I'm going to hand things over to Michelle. Michelle?
Hi, everybody. So let's get started here. We're almost over in November, but we do have a few things. If you haven't had a chance to finish these up for us, we would appreciate it. You should have received a packet in the mail from us within the past 2 weeks with a year-end checklist and deadlines. Some of the things that we need you to do in November is if you were with us in 2019 and prior, if you need any of your old payroll records, quarterlies, or W-2s, please contact your processor and we will get those to you. As of December 31st, 2023, we will no longer have access to those items for you. So if you need them, get them now. Going forward, verify all of your company information is correct. Make sure your mailing address is correct. Make sure your EIN number is correct. Make sure your main and withholding and unemployment numbers are correct in your system. Verify all your employee contact information. Make sure their social security numbers are correct. Make sure you have the correct mailing address for them. This will eliminate a lot of problems going forward, especially if W-2s if they have incorrect social security numbers or addresses, those can be fined by the IRS if they do an audit. So just take the time, check with your employees, have them look over their pay stubs, make sure that all their information is correct. Prepare yourself for the Affordable Care Act annual reporting. Now, this will not apply to most people, but any business that has more than 50 full-time equivalent employees, you will need to prepare and submit a 1094-C and 1095-C to your employees. If you're subject to these requirements, Paper Trails will attempt to reach out to you to start this process. Review your employee classifications. Are your employees classified correctly? Are you paying employees a salary who might not be eligible? There are wage and duty tests that must be met to make employee exempt from overtime. Review all your salaried and exempt employees to ensure that they meet both the wage and the duties test. And begin gathering year-end W-2 adjustments. Before Friday, December 15th, all W-2 adjustments must be submitted to Paper Trails for processing. W-2 adjustments are often non-cash contributions, but include the following items: S-Corp shareholders' health insurance premiums and mileage reimbursements, group term life paid on behalf of employees over $50,000, third-party sick pay, personal use of a company vehicle, non-cash payments like gift cards or fringe benefits. Please check with your accountant to ensure accurate numbers and contact a member of your Paper Trails team if you have any questions on those items. Review your 2023 retirement contributions. Do you have employees or owners who wish to maximize their retirement contributions for 2023? Review your deductions. Make sure that the employers and owners are on track to maximize these pre-tax benefits. The 2023 maximum for 401k is $22,500. For anyone 50 and older, there's a catch-up of $7,500, coming to $30,000. The simple 2023 max is $15,500 with a $3,500 catch-up for employees over 50. 2024 amounts are going to be, the 401 is going to increase to $23,000 with a catch-up of $7,000. And the simple increase is going to go from $15,500 to $16,000. And the catch-up is going to go from $19,000 to $19,500. So just keep those amounts in mind for the end of this year and next year. Also, you should have will start probably receiving from the state notices with your SUI rates, and if you are going to become a semi-weekly taxpayer. So if you get any notices from the state, be sure to send them along to your processor so that we can update things in the system. Let's see. I think then we are already past Veterans Day and Thanksgiving, so everybody's payroll should be up to date. And so we're moving on to the December to-do list. We're going to be, these are some of the action items we need everybody to do for December. Process all manual and voided checks. If you have done any manual checks for your employees, let us know so that we can get them into the system. Please do this before December 15th. Submit all bonus payrolls. We would like a minimum of 5 business days prior to the bonus date. This is a very busy time of year. We need to make sure that we have time to process these. Bonus payrolls will be run as a separate payroll as well. And if you, please let us know also if you have special deductions, tax or direct deposit instructions. A lot of times people want their bonuses paid out in actual checks. Let the processor know so that they are prepared properly. Review third-party sick pay. If you've had any third-party sick pay throughout the year, let us know. Make sure we have all of that so we can process that to get the taxes paid. We need to have all of that information by December 15th. This all affects your employees' W-2s, so it's very important that we get this information. Report fringe benefits to paper trails. A fringe benefit is any form of payment or performance or of services. Generally, these are things like gift cards, employee gifts, personal use of a company card, gym memberships, etc. These are considered taxable wages and must be reported on a W-2. Please submit all fringe benefits paper trails no later than December 15th. Submit all W-2 wage adjustments to paper trails before December 15th. All W-2 adjustments must be submitted to paper trails for processing. W-2 adjustments are often non-cash contributions, but include the following items: S Corp shareholders' health insurance premiums and mileage reimbursements, group term life paid on behalf of the employees over $50,000, and third-party sick pay, and personal use of a company vehicle. Submit your state unemployment rate change notices to paper trails. Like I said before, you should be receiving notices from the state anytime now with your 2024 rates and your scheduled payments. So please send those along to your processor as soon as we get it. So we are collecting the right amount of tax throughout the year. Process your final payroll of the year. Please carefully review your final payroll of the year. There are several items you need to review. Review the employees' names, addresses, social security numbers. Make sure that you review them and that they're accurate. Final benefit deductions, PTO payouts, fringe benefits, etc. Make sure that those are accurate. That way it's much easier to change them now than it is later on. Any adjustments or payroll submitted after 12/31 will require amendments to be prepared, and that will incur a fee of $150 per hour. So please review your final payrolls. Do you need old payroll records again? Again, anything prior to or 2019 and prior, you need to get those. We will no longer be using the Apex system or have access to it. So if you need to get those documents, let us know. Katie, you can contact Katie at papertrails.com with a request for these documents, and she will get you those for you. Like I said, December 31st, 2023 is the cutoff for that. Any records you need after that, you would have to request from the IRS as a transcript. So implement Maine's new mandatory retirement law. I know we've talked about this a lot. It goes into effect April 30th, 2024. Maine businesses with more than 15 employees will be required to provide employees with access to retirement plan contributions. No later than June 30th, 2024, with employees with 5 or more employees will be required to follow this ruling. This requirement can either be met via a company-sponsored plan like a simple or a 401k, or through the state's Roth IRA program, Merit. If you have any more questions or you need more information, please contact us and we can point you in the right direction. Are your employees using the iSolved mobile app? iSolved has released the new iSolved People Cloud mobile app for employees. This is in addition to our current self-service portal at myhrstuff.com. Employees can access their pay stubs, change their direct deposit information, clock in and out, request time off if enabled, and retrieve their W-2s all online without ever having to bother you. This is all, they have access to all of this. All you need to do get started is get each employee's email address. Full instructions on how to enable access to the app for your employee is available at papertrails.com/self-service. Information on logging in and everything is also available at papertrails.com/help. January to-do list. Submit 1099s for preparation. We will be happy to assist you in providing 1099s to any independent contractor who has worked for you in 2023 if they were not on your payroll. Kindly provide their personal information and the wages you have paid to them no later than Friday, January 19th for timely delivery of January 31st. Review and update employee deductions. Update employee deductions in iSolve for the coming year. These deductions are often associated with the following types of benefits: medical and dental insurances, retirement contributions, uniforms, or other voluntary deductions. So review those in January for all of the new payrolls. Review and update 2024 retirement contributions. Like I said, the 401k and the simple contributions will both be going up in 2024. Make sure your employees know, and if they need to make any adjustments to cover those. Review state minimum wage changes. The state of Maine's minimum wage is going to go up to $14.50 an hour on January 1st. Portland's will increase to $15 an hour. The tip minimum wage for the state will be $7.08, while Portland will be $7.50. Now, this goes into effect with the first pay date in January. Not, it's on the pay date, not on your payroll run schedule. So please be aware of that. Review Maine paid leave and vacation payout requirements effective January 1st, 2023. All businesses with more than 10 employees must pay out any unused earned vacation time with their last paycheck. This may have an impact on your vacation policy. You want to consider switching to a lump sum policy, to an accrual policy, or change the policy to a PTO, earned paid leave policy. You can seek guidance from your processor if you have any more questions. Also, for those with in 2024 with a Monday or Tuesday pay date, there will be 53 pay periods in that year if you do weekly. So for those employees that are salaried and they're paid 53 times versus 52 times a year, an adjustment may need to be made to their payroll if you want to keep their salary to be the same. Because if they were making $52,000 a year, $1,000 a week for 52 weeks, in 2023, they will be making $53,000 a year. And if you want to keep that to $52,000 a year, we would have to make an adjustment. That I just use that amount as an example. But talk to your processor if you want to make those changes to any of your salaried people going forward in 2024. If you have a Monday, this only affects Monday and Tuesday payrolls. Download and print any current labor law posters that we have. Those are available at papertrails.com. They are free to all of our clients. There's no need to pay for them. We have them here for you. We will be sending the W-2 and 1099 forms to the employer, and you will be responsible for getting them to your employees. Our team will be working hard on January 1st to review and process quarterlies in the year end. We will mail all W-2s to you as the employer. It is your responsibility, again, to distribute those. Prepare and send Affordable Care Act annual forms to employees. If this affects you, you will need to prepare and submit the 1094-C and the 1095-C to your employees. Like I said, if you're subject to these requirements, Paper Trails will attempt to reach out to you to start the process. Also, at the end, I highly suggest everybody sign up for our monthly webinars. They're on the third Tuesday of each month at 2 p.m. Paper Trails hosts an educational, compliance, or software webinar. These webinars are generally less than 30 minutes long, and here's a summary of webinars that we have scheduled for 2024. First one in January is surviving a DOL wage and hour test or audit. I believe I'll let Jeff go on from here because I think he was going to talk about how we'll have a guest speaker.
Thanks, Michelle. Yeah, that was Michelle. That was a ton of great information. I mean, we've really tried to do a great job this year as a team communicating with our clients and non-clients about the retirement mandate, especially. It's a huge, huge piece of information. Also, please make note of that app. It's available right in your app stores, and it's a really easy, convenient tool to use. It's very safe. It's got some multi-factor authentication attached to it, which is really, really good. Just two other things I want to piggyback off what Michelle had to say is labor law posters. They're free on our website. Follow the links, grab them. They're in our resources section. And the one that always trips me up, and Michelle did a great job at breaking it down, it's the 53 Mondays and Tuesdays. We have years where that happens. It's just the way the calendar falls, and it can be really confusing. But please reach out to your processor with any questions about that. Also, we take the month of December off for our webinars. We have a very busy December. It's a busy time of year for everybody. But in January, we are going to be doing our webinar. We're going to be joined by Federal Labor Inspector, who will be joining us to talk about Federal Department of Labor wage and labor audits. We've had a couple folks go through them of late, and the Federal Department of Labor has been actually very accommodating in answering our questions, and also us providing them information. And they've been a wonderful resource for us as well as we try to put together some materials to educate and share with folks. So please sign up for that January webinar and all of our webinars in 2024. So with that, if there are any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. We'll give you guys a couple minutes if any questions do come up, but we provided a ton of information today. It's a busy time of year for you and your businesses. We recognize that, and there's a lot of things to think about. So if anything pops up or this webinar sparks any questions for you, please feel free to reach out to your processor or Michelle or anybody here on the Paper Trails team, and we'd be more than happy to answer any questions for you. Well, seeing no questions in our chat today, we are going to end our webinar today. Everyone have a great Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we will see everybody again online in January. Thank you.